Lyle used to chew his mega doses of vitamin C and cut out of the paper, or tear out Dear Abby and maybe a comic or two. And Richard just get all worked up about both those things. Oh man. We had all listened to Groucho Marx. A lot of these are the first time I've heard these shows. And I've played some of the newer ones too that they had listened to. And a couple of videos like a dog that would walk on his front legs while making his mark on down the wall. And they'd both get into it with John about his age, insisting he's 130-some years old. Finally, he had an ID that so-called proved it, showed it to them, and I don't know why a piece of paper is going to make any difference. Anybody can print a piece of paper, laminate it, whatever. Lyle had worked at Hanford back in the 60s at Purex, plutonium uranium extraction facility, which I worked next to in a trailer in 92. But Richard and John, they hadn't worked at Hanford. So one thing I thought I'd never see was me telling Hanford stories to a bunch of eccentric, grumpy old men. It's always been the other way around my whole life. But certainly a different perspective. I mean, even my time in front of a computer screen was considerably different than what Lyle experienced. Certainly, I don't even think he used a computer. He asked how computers stored information. And so I explained the binary concept to him, and he seemed to follow it, but it was evidently something that had never been explained to him before. When I mentioned the Dow was at 18,000, Lyle seemed to have a vague notion of what that might be. But he didn't know what REITs were, real estate investment trusts. The Gunsmoke radio shows I hadn't heard before, and a lot of the Sherlock Holmes I had maybe read them years earlier, but yeah, listening to them was new to me too. So some mornings, we'd all kick back with YouTube